everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's the 1st of January. Last night was New Year's Eve, so first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a safe and fun and good last day of 2020. I myself had a good New Year's Eve, although I definitely did feel the effects of that this morning. It took me a while to become alive. I thought that we should look back to 2020 and the books I read by doing the first ever Charlotte's Book Awards. And this award show idea is sorta inspired by both Daniel Green and then I also recently saw Meg with Books do this one as well. With no further ado, here is Charlotte's Book Awards of 2020. Best Book Award. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I know I have probably talked about this book in my last 10 or so videos. The writing, the story, the characters, it was that sort of book that I didn't want to put down. I just wanted to keep on reading it, and when I finished the first book I had to get my hands on the second book immediately, and the same thing with the third book. It's just that feeling. Like when you're reading a book and it's just so right and it goes so well, like not the story perhaps, but the actual reading experience. And that's what I experienced with this series and I'm so happy about it. So yes, The Poppy War is my favorite book of 2020. The Please Shut Up About It award. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. The Most Odd award. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I give this book this award because it wasn't what I expected it to be. It was very bold. It was very different, I did enjoy it, it did keep me thinking, and to be honest, I have actually been recommending this book to so many people since. Best Sequel. Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I read Wishes in 2019. I did not love it. I had just read and completed the A Darker Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I love those, all of them. And then I started reading Wishes, and I was very annoyed by the characters and their lack of respect for human life. Not the biggest fan, but I did purchased Vengeful either way, and it was one of my earlier reads in 2020 and I loved it from the first page. Oh my god, V.E. Schwab completely turned it around. The characters added to the story were all amazing, and now I finally understood the story, I understood the characters, so I could just appreciate the book so much more. And I've heard many people had very diverse opinions regarding the first book in the series about Wishes, but I don't think I have seen anyone really complain about the second book, because the second book is just that good with the new characters and more of the backstory and such. So read it, it's amazing. Great turnaround from the first book. Worst sequel. Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I read the entire Cruel Prince trilogy in 2020. Cruel Prince, the first book, was okay. The Wicked King was super good. It was so unexpected, but I thoroughly enjoyed it and all its twists and turns and development. And then I read Queen of Nothing. Is this what you give us after The Wicked King? It's around 300 pages for a YA fantasy book. There's so many events in this short book, in those 300 pages, so that everything just felt so rushed and so lazy, and it didn't really have any impact at all. Like, I didn't care about some of the huge events that happened because it just lasted for like 10 pages. No, this wasn't good at all. The Wicked King was... But nah, Queen of Nothing, The Most Surprising. Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I never expected to hold this book in my hands. I never thought it would exist. The Most Disappointing Read. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's the rest of the book community. The thing is, everyone seems to love this one. Everyone is giving it 4 or 5 stars. They love the characters, they love the chemistry, they think that the main guy is so hot and amazing. This book really didn't do anything for me. Maybe it's because my expectations were just too high from all of the hype on the book. I simply just felt like I didn't really connect with the characters. I did enjoy Chloe. I think Chloe was a fabulous lead. I didn't care about Red at all. Most unexpected book. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I had no idea what this book was going to be about. I picked it up from my library. I only knew that it was a new book, a 2020 release, and that it had been getting good ratings and reviews on Goodreads. That's all I knew about it. No expectations at all, but I loved it. I ended up loving it. I was obsessed with the setting, with the vibe, with the characters, the story. Such a solid book. I was thoroughly impressed. Most Proud book. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. With proud, I basically just mean that I'm very happy that I read it this year. It was another 2020 release, another book that I really didn't know that much about going into it. I had such a good time reading it as well. And what I especially enjoyed and keep thinking about now afterwards are the themes that were discussed and showcased in this book, especially about performative activism. Best romance of 2020. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I just wanted to mention this book somewhere in this mix. This is definitely one that stood out. It introduced me to the writer duo that is Christina Lauren. I just really enjoyed it. I love the fake dating tropes. The biggest WTF award. I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I listened to this on audio. It was really cool, really interesting. And then that chapter came, like chapter 24, 29 or whatever it was, and I was spooked and freaked out AF. What the fuck was this book? What the fuck was the ending? I have no clue. It was amazing, but you can ask me what this book is about and I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you what it's about or how it ended and why it ended that way. The Most Tears Award. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Most Beautiful Cover. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. The Collector's Edition. Just look at it. The Best World Award. The Oasis from Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. The Thanks for Making Me Feel Smarter Award. Animal Farm by George Orwell. And a honorable mention to Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I just like to mention that I have read these books now. They are usually on every single list, 1,000 books you need to read before you die, and I actually really did enjoy Animal Farm. Memoirs of a Geisha is also a book that I'm happy to be able to say that I've read, but I've since done some research about the book and how it's not really correctly representing the actual stories of the geisha. Definitely a bit of controversy. I'm happy to say that I read these books and I can check those off all of the lists now. The Thanks for Making Me Feel Stupid Award. This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amar El Motar and Max Gladstone. This book just called me stupid and illiterate in like at least 7 different languages. The Best Person Award. Avon Green from Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus by Dusty Bowling. These books are just beautiful, this entire series. And the main character is Avon Green and she was born without any arms. The way she just approaches life and her attitude and how kind she is and how friendly she is and polite. I think we all should just strive toward being as accepting and kind and non-judgmental as Avon Green is. She is amazing. The Funniest Breakup Award. Kate and Ezra from Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. The book starts out with them going through a breakup and it's so funny and hilarious, mainly because the entire world and like their planet it's always going to shits and all they care about is who said and did what in the breakup and they're just being hella petty about it and it's so hilarious. The Worst Breakup. Lanny and Logan from Revenge Cake by Skylar Mason. This is the messiest breakup of all times. No. The Dream Team Award. Rin and Kitay from the Poppy War series by R.F. Kwan. The Most Rats Award. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. The Best Flop Award. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Morsveg. Do you see this flop? The Best Feeling Book Award. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I don't know what this book is made out of, but it feels heavenly. It just feels really nice. And finally, a special shout out to Carden's Tale. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!